What's up, a Cinema Shogun here, and earlier today we got the devastating news that a comedic legend and an iconic voice, Gilbert Gottfried, passed away at the age of 67. And then, shockingly, his Twitter account got hacked. We saw a bunch of weird things posted on there, and I think people started to hope that this was just all one big joke. Like someone just hacked his page and faked his death, and this was all just one big crazy mix up, just all out madness, if you will, and that he was still here. And I can basically 100% confirm that Gilbert Gottfried did indeed pass away, and I guess some weird person out there chose this time to hack his page and do all type of weird stuff on his Twitter account. But often when celebrities pass away, I think it's human nature for us to go and look like what some of the last things they said, some of the last things they posted. And as I was looking through Gilbert Gottfried's account, and it was posting all types of weird stuff because it was hacked. And at the time of this recording, it seems to be under control now. There is no profile picture. Let me go ahead and update it just to make sure. There's no profile picture anymore. There appears to be still some of the hacked tweets up, but when I go and look at the last Twitter post that Gilbert Gottfried posted, it was actually a post about this whole Will Smith, Chris Rock, Oscar slap situation. And he posted a picture of himself with Chris Rock, and it states, "Which is the worst crime? Chris Rock being physically assaulted or Chris Rock telling a joke?" And I think the obvious answer there is Chris Rock being physically assaulted. And you know, it's refreshing to see that people were coming to Chris Rock's defense. And Gilbert Gottfried, I made a point. You could go check out the video I made announcing his death. But I made a point in that video that people like Gilbert Gottfried were really important. His style of comedy wasn't necessarily my favorite. Oftentimes it was crude and like very vulgar. And like, I'm not, against that. But sometimes I don't prefer comedians like that. Like, I don't really dig Bob Saget's stand-up, although I like some of his comedy and I like him in his shows and stuff like that. It wasn't necessarily like, they're not my favorite comedians. Like, if I'm going to go listen to a stand-up, they wouldn't be the main ones that I choose. However, I feel like they were very important because they pushed the bar. They pushed the limits on things that you could say. And I think sometimes that rubbed people the wrong way, but that was their way of humor, just saying some of the most insane things that you could possibly say that really makes people feel like uncomfortable. And, Gilbert Gottfried would do that a lot sometimes, but I also liked a lot of his movie roles and his voice. It was just iconic. And I felt like people like him were very important because they pushed the bar. They kept comedy alive. When everyone else would be afraid to tell a joke because it offended someone, they would get up there and just take it, no holds barred, And it's good to see that in this moment, he stepped up and he defended Chris Rock. And that's why I think he's so important, because now he's no longer here. Now this is one less voice standing up in the defense of comedy. And the reason why I think comedy is so important because free speech is very important. And what is comedy if not pushing the limits of free speech? You know what I mean? And I feel like he was one of those pillars that was keeping it alive and defending it. And now we've lost Gilbert Gottfried. We've lost Bob Saget. We've lost Louis Anderson. We've lost Norm. We've lost so many people, so many of these strong, legendary comedians just within like the last 6 or 7 months. And then we have this display at the Oscars, Chris Rock getting slapped for telling a mild joke. Some even would view it as kind of a compliment. You're calling someone G.I. Jane. That at least means that they're a strong woman, although maybe they have a short haircut, but who cares? So comedy is slowly dying. Free speech is slowly dying. And some of these pillars of comedy and free speech are slowly dying off. And it's going to be up to a new generation to keep this alive. And I don't have faith in them because everyone's scared to say stuff. Everyone's afraid to push the bar. You know, people won't even say what's on their mind. Everyone's afraid of being canceled. Now people are afraid of being smacked live on stage for telling jokes. Like, we're in a very scary time. And I feel like in this time is when we needed these voices the most. You know, like maybe we haven't heard the voices of Gilbert Gottfried and Bob Saget and Louis Anderson and Norm Macdonald as much in recent history before they passed away. But now is when we needed these voices the most, and they're just slowly dying off. R.I.P. to Gilbert Gottfried. It's nice to see that he was defending Chris Rock in this moment. And I think that will be very encouraging for Chris Rock, who I know is dealing with a tough time right now. At least he knows that the last thing Gilbert Gottfried put out there into the universe was his defense of Chris Rock. But I want to know your thoughts about all of this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you on the next video.